So the presentation for Rainbow Six Siege X is right around the corner, and I'm telling you guys, my excitement is through the roof, okay? I don't know what we're gonna get, I don't know what's gonna happen, but your boy is excited for that Rainbow Six Siege X presentation because this is a dawn of a new era, something new, something that could potentially be fun on the horizon for you and I for years to come. And I don't see how you cannot be excited about that. But with that said, is Ubisoft making a horrific mistake with Rainbow Six Siege X? Is there something on the horizon that you and I won't be gelling with? Is there something that's gonna make us say, why are you doing this? So with that said, there are 3 things that I want to discuss in this video here that I feel we need to worry about and could be a huge error on the part of Ubisoft if they do not correct or take note of. Hopefully though, what I'm about to tell you is not a serious issue at all and we could just get our game on and be happy. That's what I'm praying. But I like to highlight the good and the bad. You guys know how I am. I like to be positive in the worst way, but keep it real with you guys and let you know what's on my mind as well. Now, with that said, I must ask you folks the question of the day. Now, this is going to tie into the video here, so I need your participation. I need your help on this, guys. I'm going to ask you here, how do you feel about Rainbow Six Siege skins? How do you feel about the cosmetics in Rainbow Six Siege? Do you feel favorable for them? Do you like them for the most part? Or do you feel like Rainbow Six Siege skins are kind of like meh? Or do you not care at all? Let me know how you feel down below. But before we go any further, make sure if you enjoy this video, only if you enjoy this video, you give it a big like. And also, if you want to stay up to date on anything Rainbow Six Siege related, consider subscribing today. So now let's get into it, guys. Potential horrific mistakes that Ubisoft could be making with Rainbow Six Siege X. This is coming in at number 1 because the streets have been going crazy for this. This has been a big deal. Zoom in on me. Zoom in on me. I'm black. Zoom in. This has been a big deal. Rainbow Six Siege skins. So we were taking a look at this skin poll here, right? You see this on the screen in front of you. And I let the streets know like, hey, remember, we are the minority. Now, speaking for myself, I'm a military shooter guy. I like military shooters. That's my thing. I like tactical shooters overall and in a round-based way, right? In a little pinch of extraction and stuff, as you'll see on the channel. That's my thing, right? And I like cosmetics in my game to represent like a military touch. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I don't like any really over-the-top type of things, even though I do have the Halo skin. Oh God, even though I do have the Halo skin for my sledge. And what I'm presenting to you right now, is this too far? Is this too far? Has Ubisoft made a mistake going too far with these skins? I know myself personally, I like a little more quieter skins, but in the same vein, I do like to have fun. I do like to have fun, but did Ubisoft go too far here? Now, for me personally, I think they're doing what they have to do to keep the lights on. Honestly. Now, am I for every skin that I'm going to see in Rainbow Six Siege X or Siege now even? No, I'm not for everyone. I'm honestly not. But I understand this is a business and they have to move forward. This could be worrisome for some people. Some people just feel like they're on the edge of being in Siege and like, okay, this is my game. But then they're like, okay, this is kind of like going Fortnite crazy with the skins. And that could cause an argument for somebody to dismiss the game altogether. And that would be terribly unfortunate. But my perspective is I like diversity. I want more people in our game and I really don't mind the skins, but I definitely would like to see some things stay in military form, if you know what I'm saying, in SWAT form, if you know what I'm saying, in police form, if you know what I'm saying, that tactical look. I still want to keep that at the core of Siege. However, I have to recognize that it just may not be that anymore. And I'm okay with that. I'm honestly okay with that. As long as I get to play with you guys in my community and make great content on this game, I'm good with going down that path of something a little different, right? But how do you feel? So now let's talk about something that could potentially steer Rainbow Six Siege X off course as well. Let's talk about game balance and operator creep. Now, mind you guys, game balance is something huge. And when something goes wrong in Siege, it usually stays wrong for a little while. Okay, it usually stays in a bad moment for a pretty decent amount of time, right? A little far too long for your boy personally. But that just is what it is. But game balance and operator creep, these are two real things that we really need to discuss, because when you have new weapons introduced and new operators introduced to the game, this is going to be tedious to balance, because you might have a couple of weeks or a whole season where an operator is just broken, right? Or a feature is just broken in the worst way. And we are now entering a new phase of Rainbow Six Siege. We're now entering a new life cycle for this game. And again, we should be excited. We should be celebrating this. And I am excited, but I have to recognize game balance must be done correctly and with respect in this game in the worst way. And then also operator creep. As we add on to this operator list, could these new operators be less significant and just minuscule to the game, right? Can we go away from operators being added? Because honestly, we have a boatload of them now. And then we have to ask ourselves if we are just adding operators just to add operators to the game. Look at this though. We have 50 plus operators on both attack and defense. And now as we add to the list and to the roster, we have to make sure that all these operators that are introduced to the game make sense and make the meta of the game interesting. Because if you're just adding operators that don't move the needle, that's going to be a big fail. And then if you add operators that are simply broken in the game, I mean, what are we doing? We're back at the balancing issue. So again, the Rainbow Six Siege devs here, they have a fine line to walk, and this is one that needs to be respected. Cheating and anti-cheat issues. This is a real deal problem right now in real time, guys. Now, I was giving Ubisoft a lot of credit, right? I was giving the Siege devs a lot of credit here because it honestly feels like we're on the right path with this anti-cheat shit. Like it really does. It really does. But I have talked to my boys. I have talked to my guys that have been grinding Siege, and they have seen cheaters. They have seen cheaters rear their ugly heads. Now, I don't know to the extent of how significant, because when I get on, I have a good time for the most part, because your boy don't play insanely much. I pace it out. I pace it out. So I play a respectable amount of time, and I personally don't see no cheaters, right? For the most part, in my experience, I see it every so often, but not too often. But other guys that really go hardcore, maybe you at home, cheating is still prevalent and alive and very well around in Siege. This needs to be nipped in the butt in the worst way. It's cool to have new cosmetics. It's cool to have new lighting. But if we don't have an anti-cheat system in place, this game is going to be compromised in the worst way. And I don't want that for us. I want this game to play flawlessly. And I want this to be a game that I champion for another 10 years. Yes, I want to be on the channel another 10 years talking about Rainbow Six Siege and how it's growing and how it's evolving over time. And I feel like we're going to get there. I feel like we're going to get there, but they cannot turn their back on these issues, and they gotta address them even further. Again, year 10, season 1, the presentation that they made talking about the measures that they are taking to prevent the cheating and everything was fine, phenomenal, but we gotta ensure it's bulletproof. We gotta do the best we can for the most part to keep out people that are breaking our most beloved game. We have to put a stop to this in the worst way. Again, we're not going to catch every cheater. This I know. But if we could do majority damage and keep out majority of these folks, we got to make it happen. Battlefield 6 leaks have hit the internet and the streets are talking. I made a banger of a video discussing my thoughts on the latest Battlefield 6 leaks. And trust me, you're going to want to watch it. Be sure to click on this video here and I'll be sure to see you there.